Good morning, everyone. Hi there. So today we need to finish our course of elements of fiction. So we'll try to tackle the last element of fiction, which is the theme. The theme. Of course, you may, you can say, misunderstand the literary term here and resembling it to the French word thème, but in fact the two words are totally different. What is the theme? Theme is why, the answer of why first. Explore any theme through the answer of why. Why does a writer write this story or this novel? Alright, answer one. Now, when we say the theme, we don't mean, of course, the subject of the story. Alright, subject indicates the topic of the story, the general topic of the story. Clear? Example about childhood, about, I don't know, the story is about a voyage in the sea, the story is about, racism, in general. Alright, these are subjects, are topics of the story. But when we say theme, we mean, that underlying message, the writer wants to convey through this topic. Clear? Underlying message, that lesson, he wants to, preach, through his piece of fiction or of art. Clear? It can be moral lesson, it can be social lesson, why not? It can be a hint, referring to a very important value, of that work and within the folds of that story. Clear? Of that story. For example, you can mention a theme of William Golding's Lord of the Flies, which is the loss of innocence. Loss of innocence. When humanity loses, itself, you can say, and resorts to savagery. Clear? Here we have this, theme, which is implicitly expressed through that topic of a group of boys who fall down on an island, and leave that struggle and so on. Clear? Now, also suggest as a theme for this novel, evil, versus goodness, goodness, Here it can be a theme read, through that struggle of those characters, and the message Golding wants to convey through his work, through his work. So it means goodness is suffering under the tyranny of evil, Clear? Good. We can also mention, for example, the theme of Ralph Ellison's, Invisible Man. Its topic is, of course, racism, and racial segregation, but the theme he wants to convey that, in spite of denying my existence, I do exist. I do exist. And this is what really the character says, at the beginning of the novel, So the theme is to convey that, in spite of my black color, in spite of others' ignorance, to me as a person, and to my belongingness, I do exist. Here we have a kind of defiance. Now these themes, of course, are, if you can say, widely expressed in different literary works. But also we want to mention another important term. So we have, first, we have the subject, subject of any story, which means topic. Clear? Then, in the folds of this subject and topic, we will find our theme, which is the underlying message. Now, also in the folds or within the subject or the events of the story, writers and authors sometimes they scatter certain images, certain symbols, alright, and repeat them in the course of the story. Clear? Course of the story. Now, these images are called motif. So sometimes we have the word or the term motif used in literary criticism, and we need to know what motif means. Okay, what this word or term indicates. It's called motif. Motif is a like theme. Theme we said in the message, but motif is that recurrent image, repeated image, repeated symbol, repeated, I don't know, word, repeated hint. Okay, maybe a color, maybe a gesture, maybe example an action. Okay, example the color red blood. Okay, every time we witness this red color in the story, maybe for example it's kind of, I don't know, particular image of childhood, image of suffering. Clear? All these are motifs which are, okay, repeated frequently in the folds of the story, okay, to give, you can say, more depth to the story and to also help support, okay, transmitting the theme, okay, of the story also. Clear? Of the story. Now we have here the theme and we have the motif. And the main also difference between them is that the motif or the theme, first, the theme is abstract, message abstract, but the motif usually is something concrete. Something concrete, it can be an image of blood, water, suffering, and so on. Clear? So here the motif is concrete, while the theme is abstract, message, preaching, right, now lesson, and so on. Clear? So here are the different terms which are related to the word or the term theme, right, which is also another important objective and element of fiction. Okay, fiction, objective. Why is this word written and for which sake? So here the theme comes to answer this question. Right, this question. So here is the end of our course of elements of fiction. Hope that you have benefited, okay, and now have a comprehensive view about how a piece of fiction should be studied, should be analyzed, okay, critically from the different angles, from different elements to come up with that comprehensive view and that, if you can say, analytical, okay, study of any piece of fiction. Thank you so much and see you in our next lesson and course about the elements of the second genre, which is poetry. So let's meet there and then. Thanks.